Phil, why don't we show up on the top of the Google page?
Yes, that's a question I get a lot. I get it every single day.
No, seriously, if you've ever had that question, where are we on Google? So that's the topic of our show today. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fresh Insights from Fresh Faces. I'm Jeff, joined by Phil, Link Media 360's occupancy marketing expert. And the purpose of the show today is to answer the question, where are we on Google? Why are we not showing up? So
Right.
Phil, do you think we can dig into that today?
Yes, absolutely, Jeff.
All right. And I know that's a general question, but I'm sure, look, this show and our audience, they are sales and marketing leaders at senior living communities. And I'm sure the executive director, the board, the CEO walks in their office and says, where are we on Google? Why are we not showing up?
Right.
And to get more specific and more technical, we're actually going to discuss the anatomy of the search engine results page. So what do you think about that, Phil?
That's excellent. Yeah, the question is always, hey, I did a Google search. Where are we? I can't find us. We're nowhere. We're invisible. I just, I appreciate being able to talk on this topic today because I know, even a lot of our own clients, that's something that they still deal with internally is explaining this search engine results page and kind of what each section is and really moving up that digital marketing maturity curve internally. So what I did today, Jeff, is I can't share my screen, unfortunately. So I've got this handy dandy printed out search engine results page.
Phil, that's a very slick presentation style, a piece of paper with lines on it.
I know. It's awesome. And Jeff, so I do have a digital copy, Jeff, for anybody out there that would be interested in receiving an actual copy of this. We can certainly provide that for you.
Okay, so let's dig into the topic. Phil, break down the anatomy of a search engine results page for us, and maybe we can then get closer to the answer to the question, where are we? Why don't we show up on Google?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's really three sections in a search engine results page, Jeff, and I've got them outlined in boxes here. So this first box is the paid advertising section or paid search. The second section is local listings or the map pack breakout. And then the third section is the organic section.
Oh, so, okay, we need to really better understand that. Let's start from the top. I don't want to interrupt your flow. So I'm just surprised that organic, which is classically known as SEO, seems like they're fairly low on the page and there's a lot more up front. Google's really changed things in the past year or so, right?
Right. Yeah. So what we have right now is the paid section can have up to 4 ads on it. And in this instance, again, I did my search query, senior living in or near Cleveland, Ohio. So you'll see that these all represent people who are paying a media fee to Google AdWords to have their website or their ad shown here at the very, very tippy top of the page.
Okay. And that's a bidding process, right? So that's a pay-to-play model.
Right. Yeah, and you pay every time somebody clicks on your ad.
Okay. And there's a science, a really refined science to bidding and
advertising. There's a whole, we could do a whole webinar series on each one of these sections. But for paid advertising, there's a whole strategy around your ad copy, your landing pages that should be optimized for conversion. And then, even the keyword strategy, the keywords that you're bidding on, it all needs to be, again, relevant to the services you provide and, what the users are searching.
All right. Well, so let's save that. We'll take a deep dive on those paid media, pay-per-click advertising, probably on the next episode.
Yeah.
But let's keep moving down. So the first section is paid. Then the second section, you said local listings. And I see a big giant map and some listings. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So in the map pack, the local 3-pack, local listings comes in various names, but it all looks the same on Google. It's this map with 3 pin needles and then a listing, the listing for 3 locations. And really, again, that is a strategy that is local listings management. We have to make sure that in order to be in that section and to be visible, we have to make sure that we have our name, address, phone number, and website on all the correct local directories that are out there.
Wow. And there's just what, two or three directories out there?
Yeah, there's about 300. So there's a lot of directories that search engines look at.
Okay.
And yeah, we again, this is a topic to definitely take a deep dive. But really what Google is doing is it's looking at all of these sources of information that house name, address, phone number, and website, and looking for correct and accurate information. So we need to make sure that not only that we have a listing out there on some of these directory sites, but also that it's correct and accurate.
Okay, so then getting your local listings straight is a non-trivial exercise, correct?
Correct. Yep. Okay. Absolutely. All right. And I think, and Jeff, I think a lot of our marketing managers at some of the communities we talk to every day can really speak to some of the, I would say, frustrations with local listings and trying to correct naming conventions, especially with all of the buying and selling in the space and new builds and trying to do rebrands. And so there's just a lot of stuff that goes into local listings that I think we can get into at a later date.
Okay, and then the third section is organic, and I know the local listings, which we just covered, the second section, has a lot to do with the third section too, correct? Right.
So really, search engine optimization as a strategy is what's going to help you rank better here. Okay. That being said, 15% of how you show up here depends on how correct your information is on the internet. So, while optimizing your local listings, you actually are helping out your organic listings.
I see. So one, you have to have high quality local listings and, correct name, address, phone number, and website, right, which is then a driver to your actual organic listings.
Yep, absolutely. And so to get back to that question, Jeff, why aren't we on the top of Google? The answer is which section? Right, exactly. Which section do we want to be on top? And of course, the goal in a digital marketing program is to be as visible as we can. And so it might make sense to have a paid listing when you do have an organic listing and a local listing, but certainly want to make sure that we get maximum visibility. So it just depends on what your community strategy is.
I see. And so the anatomy of the search engine results page, I believe you printed out, those were from your desktop, correct?
Yeah, these are from the desktop. They do, there are different changes for the mobile experience as well.
Do you want to run through those really quickly? What's the anatomy of a mobile?
Yeah, so actually what I did here was on a mobile search engine results page, what happens is, first, the paid ads are typically the only thing that you can see when you first hit the search engine results page. Mm-hmm. And then when you scroll through, there's also a fourth area that's actually called answer boxes. So there's an opportunity to have some text pulled in here in what are called answer boxes that rank, again, really, really well organically. So again, when you scroll through a mobile device, though, you're going to see a lot of paid ads, and then the map pack takes up the whole page. And then by the time you get to the bottom of the page, that's where your local listings are.
Okay. All right. So then where is the answer box? That's a new concept we just introduced here. So let's switch back to a desktop strategy again.
Yeah.
Where does the answer box typically show up, and how do you get there?
That's a great question, Jeff. Answer boxes are wonderful pieces, and it's because Google essentially decides who gets an answer box ranking and who doesn't, and what it's for. So in this one instance, the search query was music therapy for seniors. Right. And what happened was there's a blog post that got pulled in. So it's like a little snippet of the actual text gets pulled into the search engine results page with the image. And essentially what it does is it tries to answer your question or your search query by just displaying that information right there in the search.
So Google determines if you have a piece of content like a blog post or a page, and Google feels it's the best answer to the query, to the question,
Right.
then they'll actually present it as one of the results, one of the options.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll try to give you just a little snippet of information, and hopefully that helps, again, streamline that user experience, especially on mobile. I want to get the answer as quick as I can.
Right. All right, so it sounds like we're coming to the end of the show here. We've at least answered the question or provided more insight for our audience members here, right? When they're asked the question, where are we on Google? Why are we not number one on Google? It's a question back like, well, it depends, right? Which
Depends.
Speaking to.
Right. Yeah.
So I think what I'd like to do is for the next episode, really take a deep dive. We're going to, over the next few weeks, take a deep dive on each of those sections.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
What we want to do is our audience, our great audience here, who we so appreciate their time, let us know what sections you'd want to preview first, right? So the paid section, the local listings, the organic, even the answer box. I mean, they each have their own specific strategy, right? And their each approach. So let's please leave your comments in the box below and let us know which section you'd like to review. So Phil, I think we accomplished our goal today, at least giving our great audience members ammunition to have a great conversation and to better educate their board, their executive director, their CEO at the community as to why you don't just kind of snap your fingers and show up, right?
Right, absolutely. And Jeff, if our audience would like something better than my printed out piece of paper, feel free to have them shoot me over an email, psmith@linkmedia360, and we'll make sure that gets over to you.
Yeah, that's good, Phil. So yeah, Phil, you have electronic copies with detailed documentation and the decomposition that we can share. So that's nice.
Absolutely.
That's good. Because I have to admit, it was a little tough to squint and see your paper on screen, right?
Right.
A for effort, right?
Hey, we only do what we can, Jeff.
That's right. All right, well, thank you. We appreciate your time. We are coming to the end of another show. And so for more information, please visit linkmedia360.com/FIFF, right? Fresh Insights from Fresh Faces. So we have our own show page, FIFF. And until next week, we'll see you then.